name's Jane Creighton. For this reflection, I chose to respond to 6 of the prompts, focusing on how the course kind of shifted my understanding of makerspace education and how it connects to my work here at the University of Wyoming. First, a key takeaway for me has been understanding how makerspaces support self-directed, student-driven learning. In these makerspaces, learners pursue what they need to achieve their goals, and the act of making itself becomes a form of creative, critical inquiry. This concept really affirms what I see as practice for students learning deeply and really provides them with that agency. My favorite part of the course so far has been the video reflections. Even though they're the most difficult for me, I tend to procrastinate them, but they really push me to think more intentionally and articulate my thoughts in a clear and professional way through speech, which I think is helpful, especially for presenting and learning to present ourselves in a professional manner. And it's helped me to connect theory a little bit more to my own practice. One major shift for me has been realizing that makerspace education isn't just technical or pragmatic approach, which is rooted in the modernist thinking. And I used to frame it mostly through that lens of the scientific method and engineering. But this course has really helped me deepen my understanding and align more with a postmodern and humanistic approach focused on collaboration, justice, and learner-centered exploration. And that shift also helped me to critique the badging system used in some makerspaces, where access is controlled through this certification process. To gain access to machines and tools, you have to pass quizzes. And in contrast, our makerspace uses an open model, which I implemented, and the text really supported and aligned kind of my approach with this humanistic and inclusive learning model, which I found greatly supported my current trajectory within my job. The course has strengthened my ability to connect my work in the university makerspaces with this educational theory. So really understanding more about my approach and kind of laying more history behind it. I'm really active in wanting to create an inclusive, innovation-focused learning environment where everyone has the opportunity to innovate and have access to innovation tools. It's super important to me. And the course has really given me the language and the framework to support that vision. I now better understand how postmodern education prepares students to advocate for themselves instead of being passive recipients. They actually become active and engaged participants, really choosing their learning paths and building confidence. And that's exactly what the makerspace is supposed to be. And that's why I tell my employees to embrace the theme of Yoda, which Yoda is the kind of teacher that lets you find your own way and gently guides you to your learning. Lastly, I've gained new awareness in how curriculum is shaped by leadership outside the classroom. And I hadn't fully understood how little control many educators have and how top-down structures restrict innovation and responsive teaching. And it makes me even more committed to protecting learning spaces that allow for this kind of freedom for educators and students. And I think that the makerspace has that potential. Thank you for listening.